2019 is going to be another amazing year for video games, even though Nintendo had to courtesy flush Metroid Prime 4.
開発を最初からやり直すことに近いことになりますので、心からお願い申し上げます。
I'm okay.
Normally, my boyfriend would carefully choose just a few games to spend his time and money on, but now that we need content for weekly videos, he's like,
I gotta do it, man.
He said the first game he wanted to play this year was being released on January 25th, and I was like, oh yeah? And it was going to be full of characters from his childhood, and I was like, oh really? And that it's the Resident Evil 2 remake, which features exactly 0 Disney characters.
Oh.
We could have been singing Let It Go. So this isn't a review of Kingdom Hearts 3. This is a review of what it's like to live with someone who plays Resident Evil 2. Listen, I don't like zombies. For a while there, zombie culture got so popular that I felt like I was in a zombie apocalypse. Only instead of zombies, it was movies and mobile games. And instead of being trapped in a house, I was trapped in a Walking Dead viewing party. After the millionth time, the worst part of Love Actually said, Carl!
Carl.
I was like,
You're cool. You, I'm out.
So normally, I would skip watching my boyfriend's new zombie shooter, but now that we need content for weekly videos,
Screw it.
I admit, Resident Evil 2 is actually really fun to watch. Wow, I like that hair.
Is that The Grudge?
And surprisingly inclusive of backseat gamers. The police station slash museum slash Zelda dungeon is full of clues and puzzles that let me get involved in the gameplay. Yeah, no.
This one?
Yes.
And
then that, no, and then that one, and then that one. Maybe even more than some co-op games. I'm Cappy, goodbye. Even though I wasn't holding a controller, the atmosphere was so thick I couldn't stop screaming at my boyfriend like I was there following him around. Oh, I said board it up. Looking back on The Last of Us now, I feel kind of silly worrying about the ammo for our 20 different weapons. Oh my gosh! Because for most of Resident Evil 2, you have just a couple of guns that barely fit in your fanny pack, and Falcon wasn't lying when he said,
You take it out, or you run.
These zombies are hard to kill sometimes, and will definitely wake back up to snack on your ankles while you're looking for supplies. Uh-oh, you should have told him no hickeys. Running out of ammo is an actual concern, and whenever it would happen, my boyfriend would just say,
I've decided that I want to die.
And commit suicide by puppo. Aw, he's a good boy. Fanny pack management is only a small part of the anxiety though. Most of the time Nick Carter has his flashlight out, so it's kinda like watching the game through a peephole. That combined with the stormy weather, isolation, and dead bodies meant we were always puckering our boo holes for oncoming jump scares. Ah! How'd he get in there? Ah! How'd he get up there? And the game is so good at creating that anticipation that sometimes the scares were just cause we're losers. Oh, it's just Nick Carter. But hands down, the scariest part of the game is Buff Inspector Gadget. Wait, are we scared?
What in the world?
Just when we thought we had a grip on things, the developers were like, oh yeah? Here, have a Terminator.
Oh, God!
It can't be bargained with.
Oh!
It can't be reasoned with.
I was gonna try to fight him. Hey,
Oh!
And it absolutely will not stop. Ever until you are dead.
Now instead of taking your time to explore and solve puzzles, you have to haul booty because 3 little rascals in a trench coat are stomping around. His power's in his fedora! Yeah, you got an achievement for shooting his stupid head off. It was kind of exciting and made us have to pee at first.
Run.
But once you realize he won't go in certain rooms, and is also kind of a moron, it honestly becomes a pretty annoying game mechanic that overstays its welcome. Plus, what is with this character design? He looks like Raphael out at the movies.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
I know Resident Evil has always been campy, and I know this is a remake of a game from the 90s, but I'm not wearing tie-dye Looney Tunes and sitting on inflatable furniture. I kind of wish the terrible humor,
She looks like a corpse. Like a walking corpse, man.
Sounds like my wife.
one-dimensional characters and cringy dialogue felt as overhauled as the graphics and gameplay. It is a little hard to take Brenda's song seriously when she's walking around in a sexy dress and heels. And I actually think that all in all, this was a better first day on the force for Nick Carter than the bullying he would have gotten for that haircut if all the other cops didn't die.
This is not how I imagined my first day.
Seriously, this guy is in a police station which should be full of first aid kits and morphine, but his health pack of choice is hairspray. And are these herbs weed? Is there just a bunch of confiscated weed laying around? The first time my boyfriend picked it up, I was like,
That
is Northern Lights Cannabis Indica.
And he was like, no, it's a health pack. I don't want to hate on anyone's nostalgia trip. I get what Capcom was trying to achieve here, but I just can't muster up any empathy for these characters, which makes the plot and cutscenes about as silly as the movies. So, after the fear kind of wears off around the sewers, the gameplay becomes a little more action than horror.
Oh, it's Crash Bandicoot.
The puzzles lose their urgency, and the gratuitous violence starts appearing on my eyelids. Sir! Then when I thought we finally beat the game, I found out there are actually 3 other scenarios to play, and my ADHD was like, no.
Should we look at some models and see if we can zoom in on some titties?
Don't say that! But I definitely recommend giving Resident Evil 2 a try, unless you don't like spookers.
Hello.
Oh!
Now we're going to go play Kingdom Hearts 3. Let it go, let it go. We'll be streaming all weekend, so feel free to stop by at twitch.tv/girlfriendreviews. There's a link in the description below. Also, we haven't said thanks in a while for all your support and positivity, so thanks. We still can't believe how fast this channel has grown, and it's completely changed our lives. Alright, thanks again. Bye.